What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Today is November 17th, and we still have until about 20 minutes left until the market closes. And I wanted to come here and give you guys an update on Curis. So, from a technical analysis perspective, it's not looking too good. Like, shit's looking bad, yo. Um, I think there's definitely a little more downside to possibly 520. It's the closest support I found. Originating back to December 8th. So that was when Curis announced they had some positive preliminary data from their C948 program, and the stock price went from $1 to almost $7 that day. And this is when I believe most of the institutions started loading up. All right, quick time jump. Today is actually the 18th. I started recording the video yesterday, but then I forgot I had to do something, so I had to run out. But I decided to just continue from where I pretty much left off yesterday, and it's pretty much. I just wanted to talk about the price action what happened. Like today, yes, you see how what the low of today is. Today's low is actually 519, and if you remember a few minutes ago in the video, or for me it was yesterday, I said that 520 would be a pretty good support. And lo and behold, today it comes down. It goes a little for a few seconds. It went below 520, but ultimately that support held, and then the price was able to push back all the way. And then again in this 5-minute candle, it went all the way down, and 520 was able to see the support, and it just pushed it all the way back up. Isn't a very big much move, but we could see that 520 is a pretty good support. Let's see what's going to happen. I think today it definitely doesn't go below 520 more. Probably closes. We still have about 6 minutes left in the market, so it probably closes maybe on the 520 support, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, so the market just closed and actually closed above 520, 525 to be exact. That's a very good sign, that 520 support held, and ultimately we'll have to see tomorrow for confirmation, but it could always break down and go even lower. And if it does break down, unfortunately, it might come down to 359. But honestly, I'm not too worried about that at all. I highly doubt this would happen because around the $7 mark is where like all the big institutions are holding their positions, and let's not say that most of the company is held up by institutions. And they're not really selling anytime soon. These guys have been holding since like over here when that original data came out, and they haven't sold ever since. Until very recently, to be honest. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Um, as you can see, as of November 15th, so not too long ago, about 4 days ago, today the 19th, RA Capital Management pretty much liquidated all their holdings of Curis, and they originally held a lot of shares. They had, I remember they had over 7 million shares. Let's see where they are at. If we go to Nasdaq.com, a sold out section, you can see RA Capital Management right here. They had 7.1 million shares, a little bit over 7.1 million shares. So think about that for a second. This is a company that has uh, 91 million shares outstanding. So the free float is pretty much 91 million. And so institutions own 78%. And then, so if 91 million, and then out of nowhere, an institution comes and, just floods the market with 7 million shares, 7.1 million shares. And that's pretty much 8%, okay, of the company's total free float. Can you imagine what would happen to the price? Yeah, pretty predictable, right? It's just a huge amount of selling pressure. So that's what I think happened here. The price went from $9, and it just the institution, RA Capital, pretty much just unloaded it, and with all the who knows why they sold. It could be whatever the situation was with them. It could be the whole earnings debacle where the delayed in our catalyst, all that stuff. But it is what it is because in the end of the day, institutions are still loading up. RA Capital sold out, but guess what? More institutions just straight up bought those shares up. Like Maverick Capital, for one, they added 5.6 million shares, so now they have a total of 7.5 million shares, and they took over the spot of being the second biggest holder of Curis. As you can see, like BlackRock still holding. Some nice big names here as well. Um, BlackRock. Then there is Vanguard. And then let's see, they got Goldman Sachs. 0.72 assets. They unloaded a few here, but still they still have a big chunk in here. Morgan Stanley, you know, there's some pretty big notable names, but altogether the 85% of the total free float is owned by institutions. So it's pretty much locked up, and these guys are not going to be selling. They pretty much loaded up in the beginning, most of them, and I don't see them selling until then. This company becomes like, at least they get that money double or something at least, because institutions are much more patient than the typical retail trader. And that's what you have to be with this company, to be honest. You have to be patient. I think at least patient for 2 months. You got to wait until January. You got to see when the data comes out. I predict that like even before the data comes out, as anticipation of the catalyst, the company starts moving up, as we've seen with a bunch of biotechs, OCGN, and KMPH and a bunch of others. Whenever there's any news coming out, they always have this pre-run to like before the catalyst comes out, and that's what I'm expecting to happen very soon. Like I said, the charts look terrible, and it may get a little worse here, but I think 520 support may hold for a little while. And what I want to talk to you guys about is not the daily, but the more shorter term trend, like the 1 hour and the 30 minute. So I trade on this. I'm a swing trader, so I trade on these 1 hour candle and the 3 hour time frames very often. So if you look closely, right, you can see that as the price is getting lower, right, as we're putting lower lows, right, so low here, low there, you see if you see the MACD, the momentum indicator, is getting higher. So it's like diverging in a sense. So as the price goes lower, MACD is putting out higher lows. Lower lows here, higher lows. So this is a very like a strong indicator of a reversal coming soon. And the RSI pretty much oversold below 30, so just bound to turn around very soon. So another thing I wanted to show you guys is this biotech ETF, XBI. So I like to look at this ETF while I'm trading biotech just to understand how the overall biotech industry is performing. And just looking at this is not really good. For a while now, it's been actually trading in this channel. I think as early as like just March. It's been here, and it just within this channel, just down, goes to the support, comes back out, gets rejected to resistance, comes back to the support. And it's just trading this this pattern right here. And what I want you to pay attention to is this bottom over here, where it came here a bunch of times, even in the past, right? But it's in this area, and what I predict is that the support is going to hold. I think it will hold, and it's just going to make the U-turn and start going back up. It may go back to this resistance again, or it may get rejected at a lower, somewhere around the 130 area. But it still will. It's looking like it's going to turn around very soon, just following that previous history. So given that and taking that into account, I also want to, that makes me want to think that Curis is also at that bottom where it's going to move with the, overall biotech industry. It's going to start going back on that up run. So that's pretty much it for the technical analysis on Curis. Before I wrap this video up, I'm just going to talk about the price target and maybe potentially get into a little bit about the upcoming catalyst for Curis. So price targets. Currently, we have some great price targets. We have 6 analysts covering this stock, right? And they're all rated as a buy at these prices. And out of those 6 analysts, the high price target, right? High given price target is $27. The low is $15, and the average is $21.67. So even if you take aim to sell at the lowest analyst price target, which is $15. At this price is $5 for $15. That's almost 200% return. And I think this is definitely possible. $15 is not even it was there very recently. Okay, and this just dropped from that $13, and this price was this action was totally uncalled for. So I think it's definitely going to go up there and close that $13 gap. So that's it for the price target. I think you definitely have to be smart with this company, guys. Follow the analysts, follow the big money, follow. These people have so much more access to so much more resources than us and retail investors, and I think that's just a smarter way to go at it. And now, as far as catalysts go, we did have a whole debacle with this. We were supposed to get a few few data. Let me see. Okay, on this presentation, you can see that these two upcoming milestones, they were originally supposed to come out in the end of 2021. But what happened was, they got pushed back. First, this one got pushed back, and then just a few days ago, this one got pushed back. So once this data comes out, I expect that, if it does come out, I hope these guys really deliver on their promises. We've been waiting for this data for a very long time, almost a year now. And once it comes out, I'm sure, as we all seen, like how biotech companies react when they do get any sort of good news, they just go ballistic, 100% in one day, and stuff like that. So if you want to catch those type of move, guys, you got to get in, early. You can't get in when the move already took place. You have to go in there and build your position while it's ready. You have to take some risks, and you got to play. You got to roll your dice. As you saw the title of this video, I do have a big chunk wagered on this company. I have close to $85,000 on Curis, and I just been buying the dip. I don't really look at it as I'm down right now. I think like 12%. But I don't really look at it as being, it's just basically on paper as a paper loss. I strongly expect this to like jump back in a matter of days, matter of weeks, especially like within 2 months. So I'm okay. I'm gonna hold on to this company, and if it does go lower, which I strongly expect it not to, but if it does, I'll most likely buy up more and more. Just a matter of time when the news comes out, and you got to look at the big money guys. These guys have way much more money than we do. 85% of the company is owned by institutions. So these guys are not going to go lose their money. They're not going to let chump shorters, take their money and play them like a fool. They know what they're holding. They have so much more resources than us, but they're just more patient than us. That's what this is how these guys get richer and we get poorer, because we have no patience. So I promise you, if you be patient in the stock market, you will reap the benefits. You'll reap the rewards. So be patient with this company, guys, and hopefully, we can go to the moon together with Curis. So that's it for me, and I'm gonna wrap up. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already as long as it is right now, but 85K. I just want to show you guys the print on my Robinhood account. It's right here. I got 71K market value, but I'm down 13K. So if you add that up, pretty close to 85K. Average code 617. Hopefully, I can get that lower. For me, it's a flash sale right now. Matter of days, it could turn around 30% within a month. Definitely possible. Yeah, guys, if you guys like this video, subscribe, like, comment, reach out to me on Twitter. I'll try to answer as much questions as I can. But yeah, guys, have a good one.